I love you.
I love
Philip
you
Watson,
too.
my very, very good friend. Sometimes people get on my Facebook page and say, "You're always so mean to him. Why are you so mean to him?" Because
Stop pinching me.
He's just as mean to me, and he loves it.
I
All
do.
right, so we're going to talk irises. Irises are very pretty. Often, though, you have to really look closely to see them, because if you blink, they're gone, and then you don't see them again until next summer. These are what we call reblooming irises. They also come in these magnificent colors that you typically don't see, and they are great big Daddy Mac sizes.
And I have to tell you, it's my favorite of all perennials.
Is that right?
It really is.
Wow.
And I'll tell you a little story. My mom was pushing me in a stroller when I'm a baby, and she said, I pointed to the iris as we went by on the sidewalk, and I said, pretty.
Aww.
And she reminded me of that story, and Mama called me yesterday from Jackson, Mississippi, and she said, I'm out in the courtyard, and the iris are blooming, and I was thinking about you. So that was yesterday.
Oh my gosh, that is such
anyway,
a
here
cute
they
little
are.
story. Wow. Okay, so let's talk about these, because I know this is what we call the Spring and Autumn Iris Collection, which means you're going to have two beautiful sections and blooming times of irises each year.
Yes.
And most irises, again, do not do that. So if you've got somebody who's landscaping your yard, or you're doing it yourself, and you go to the local store and you buy irises, chances are they're going to be the irises that only bloom one time in the spring,
correct.
and then you do not have them again for a year.
And I have to tell you, a lot of things that rebloom in the fall do it in a small way. These will bloom like crazy in the fall, as if it were spring again. And I like that look better than I do fall chrysanthemums. These, by the way, were chosen not just for the beautiful color in the reblooming, but also for the fragrance.
Oh, wow.
These are extremely fragrant, and this is our most colorful collection of any of the German iris we've ever offered.
Pretty.
And look at those colors. They're dazzling, and because they rebloom in the fall, you know how the regular iris foliage starts to look sort of ratty?
Curly.
And it never does that, because it's always sending up new foliage all the time.
Pretty.
It's got these nice sword-like leaves on it, which are very attractive all season long. And these are bicolors because they've got a lot of gradient within the bloom colors. And I'm crazy about them, and these are going to bloom for you this year.
So let's look at the varieties, and you are getting all three.
Summer Olympics. And if you see how beautiful and bright yellow that one is, well, the part that stands up, that's called the standard. The part that hangs down, those big petals, those are called the falls. And the falls actually become a pale yellow as it matures.
Pretty.
And the blooms are enormous. And then also at the same time, you have this Mariposa Autumn. It blooms in spring also, and it's got this nice white thumbprint on each one of the petals of the falls here. But you can see this one at night because that beautiful white, and the fragrance is incredible. You love pink. Jennifer Rebecca brings it to the door.
Pretty.
And this is what I call the bearded lady, because she's got a tangerine colored beard
I like that.
down in there.
Wow.
And just a really great, great look in the garden. But lots and lots of branches on the stems. And if you've had regular irises before, you know how wonderful they are. This is the real deal.
So you get more each year, so that's another big bonus to these. They also are deer and rabbit resistant. I
Yes,
know
they
a lot
are.
of you have asked, you know, what can I put in my garden, because I've got a problem with the critters. Deer and rabbit resistant.
They'll
Again,
never touch them.
These are fragrant, and these kind of grow in lots of different types of soil. I know
They do.
Some irises like more water than others, some like sandy. So what should I put these in?
These will grow in an average garden soil. It just needs to be well drained. They will not like to grow in a bog area. But if you've got a really hot area, mine is planted right next to the asphalt, which is also near the foundation of my house because the driveway comes in there. These bloom their heads off. And what you see here is a representation of what you'll have for years and years to come. The reason that you see irises in a lot of old gardens is because they persist without being finicky. You don't have to mess with them. And by the way, do not mulch them. They don't like the mulch. It's one less thing you have to do.
That's nice. Also, these can go in a container.
They're
so
beautiful
if I don't have
in containers.
a big garden, can I just put them on my patio?
You can absolutely put them on your patio. In fact, I've even seen them in old urns on in a memorial site.
Oh, that's
because
nice.
They're very shallow rooted, so you don't have to, oh, by the way, this is the way they come to show you how they grow. But they're shallow rooted. Let me just show you. See, they're nice and well rooted.
Yeah.
You buy them in the nursery, and they're in a big pot. The soil falls away when you take them out.
Yeah.
But see that part there? See that root? It looks like a sweet potato.
Yeah.
You don't cover that up.
Okay.
You leave that exposed. That's what it wants to do.
Okay.
When I was a child, the first time I saw them, I thought they were sweet potatoes.
Aw.
And my mother said, do not dig those up. I know you like those taters, but don't dig them up.
First you thought they were pretty, then you thought you could eat them.
That's right. I was all over them.
Don't forget, with anything that you get from Cottage Farms, you get a fabulous growing guide, which Philip has authored for you. So it's just almost like Philip coming to your house, except you don't have to get out the sweet tea. It is going to tell you exactly what to do, how to plant these, where to plant them, how often to fertilize them. So super easy, even if you've never planted them before. These are going to take your normal bud and bloom booster fertilizer.
Exactly. Customer top rated.
Which you can get.
And I love that fertilizer.
Okay.
I use it about once every 2 to 3 weeks.
Now, these are new this season. Philip, I don't think we're going to have a chance to get any more of these once this quantity is gone.
I think I'm only on the air maybe about 10 more days.
Yeah,
so then I'm gone anyway.
Yeah, so if you want these, order them while you're thinking about it, because let me tell you this too, and Pat in Connecticut, come on in here because I'll include you in this. We have plants on QVC.com that we stop shipping plants when it's around the middle of May because it gets too hot. All the plants that are on our website are gone by June 1st. Keep that in mind. Because if you're shopping for plants from QVC, right now they're all still there, and some of them you're seeing on TV, like this one, but we do not offer them anymore after the end of May. So you don't have a lot more time to get your plants. And, oh, we missed Pat. I'm sorry, honey. Call us next time. But this is something that we're getting really down to the wire on with gardening season for your plants.
And you've got to have iris in your garden, and this is the most spectacular one where it blooms like crazy in the spring and the fall. And think of me when I was 5 years old, getting my Easter pictures taken with the iris bed. We did it every single year. That's where you went out to stand, in front of my grandmother's iris bed. I still remember it like it's yesterday.
Was that the summer before you all got in trouble and you came home from church and sat in the wet paint?
Yes.
Oh, that's
my gosh,
story.
that's another story. Yeah, well, we were always in trouble, but you won't get in trouble with the iris.
I love it. This guy's so great. You need to pick up Philip's gardening table book because it tells all these crazy stories in it. But meanwhile, get your irises. I already got mine. I got 2 sets of these. They're going to go around my mailbox at the end of the driveway. Put them wherever you'd like, including in pots, and they will bloom for you twice in one season. You will get blooms this season, and you'll get more flowers every year. Thank you, Philip.
Pleasure.
When are you back? Do you have a show today?
No, I'm done until the 21st. We got a big garden event day on the 21st.
Okay.
That's when everybody needs to come back.
Awesome.